All right. Good morning, everybody, from wonderful Quartzsite, Arizona. The sun's not coming up yet. Getting ready to go. It's probably 3, a little bit after 3 maybe in the morning. And had my sun shield up there. It was hot yesterday. Wore me out in Phoenix getting loaded and tarping and stuff. I don't know, it was a new forklift driver or just he didn't care or whatever, but the way he loaded the material on my trailer and stuff, I was out there. Well, it took him forever anyway to load, waiting around for that part of it after having getting up early to get unloaded, and it kept getting hotter, was waiting for him to load, and then by the time I got the tarping and strapping down there, it was pretty hot. I mean, the news said it was only like 97 degrees, but it was pretty humid, and wearing a hard hat and stuff out in that heat, and climbing up and down on the load, and I had to put a lot of padding and stuff and to protect the tarps from steel tube. So had to get in the truck a couple times, cool off. You can get a heat stroke even though you're drinking a lot of water and Gatorade and stuff like that. You need to know when to take your breaks, but I'll leave that at that about today and stuff. So anyway, I got out here. I had to cool off and get something to eat, and definitely some more fluids, and lay down the AC. So getting ready to go now, though. So anyway, just wanted to recap some things about religion, the end times, and things like that. There's a verse in the Quran says about following the middle path. Being too extreme in anything is not a good thing. We can see that in religion all the time, not just in Islam, in Christianity, and even I'm not talking about like extreme Christianity where you've seen people go out and bomb abortion clinics and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that extreme. I'm talking even just in the church. The atmosphere can be tyrannical almost from the pulpit. You're not doing this. You're not leading enough people. You're not being bold in your faith. You're not being out there. And I've known Christians like that all day long. Everybody they ran into, all they talked about was the religion. And I make these videos, I put them out there, and the way the search things work and everything like that, I figure if somebody's looking for it, they're going to find it. I don't necessarily run around wearing my faith on my sleeve, and everybody I meet, I don't bring up religion and talking about stuff. If it comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So like even when I converted, well, in Islam you call it reverted and stuff. I know I made mistakes and might have been a little too gung ho here and there. My ex, I asked her, not to wear certain types of clothes and this and that, and she couldn't understand why. It's like, never mattered before and this and that. And I was like, well, never gave it much thought before, just that's the way everybody dresses in this country and stuff. And, but it's not like I beat it into her, dragged her around by her hair, and, all of a sudden I changed into this, you're not leaving the house or, anything like that. It's just started realizing, we've been too careless in our lives. So, but anyway, she had a hard time with that. But I just wanted to make the point that even though I talk a lot about the end times and you should get this book or that book, and I talk about some scholars who write their own books, you don't need to load up with everything under the sun. I mean, the Quran is the true word of God, and with that, and with going and praying and fasting and stuff, and practicing the faith. You know, that's good enough. You learn other things as you go along. The revelations and stuff came over 20 years, and you know, when people, even when the prophet, peace be upon him, was there, you know, that nobody, you know, learned everything and did everything right from the beginning. You know, they would have to go and ask and stuff and learn you know, it was a process. So you know, if you keep the 5 pillars, you know, dedication of your declaration of the faith, fasting, charity, prayer, and pilgrimage. You know, and pilgrimages, everyone who's able to should make the pilgrimage. So you know, if you're poor or whatever, you know, you can't afford, don't worry about it. You know, right now, just, you know, always just try and keep in mind, you know, maybe you could save some money to go someday or whatever. But if you start going to masjid and you know, you learn how to pray and how to prepare, you know, it's called wudu. It's just washing before prayer, you know, and then, you know, there's different types. You learn that, you know, and then there's ghusl, which is like, you know, complete bathing. You know, if you're married, you know, after you've had intercourse and stuff like that, and you know, other situations where you need to bathe your whole body, and I mean, not just like taking a shower. We all do that anyway, but just being clean for prayer, how to pray, what prayers to say, and you know, and then, you know, start fasting. You don't have to be extreme about that either. You can make yourself sick, and so you don't need to do that. Be extreme about that right away. But gradually you learn things and stuff, and just, you know, stay the middle path, be moderate, you know, even though all these things are going to happen and stuff. If something interests you, yeah, get that scholar's book or this or that, but just stick to the meat and potatoes, the basics, and, you know, that's good enough. You know, knowledge is a good thing to increase your knowledge, but you know, you don't have to bombard yourself or be bombarded with so much that, you know, you end up getting frustrated or confused, or, you know, you get different scholars saying different things, and then you're kind of running in circles. So you know, just and that's be a moderate in any religion. You know, if you're in a Christian church and you know, the preacher's like a tyrant, and you know, or one of those whack jobs, you know, that's burning Qurans and saying all these things, they're you know, that's the attitude in the church, is this hateful, you know, it's our way or the highway type thing. My advice would be to get out of there, because he's, or she these days, I guess, is setting an attitude in your mind and in your soul that's probably going to lead you to say or do certain things that are going to hurt your soul on the day of judgment, especially. You know, don't be a persecutor and stuff, and you know, end up saying things you shouldn't about Allah and about the Quran. And you know, you can have your religion, whatever, go practice, you know, pray, but when you get these you know, tyrants tell you can't read this, or you can't do that, and look into something else. I'm not talking like, you know, you can't do that, like, you know, they're telling you not to sin. You know, that's, you know, no matter what religion, they're gonna tell you, you know, don't do these sins in that. But the simple faith is, you know, don't commit major sins. Ask for forgiveness for your sins. Attend prayers, be a part of the community. You don't have to go and see every lecturer that comes through. There's some masjids, they got all these people do like these same thing you got in Christianity. You see them people going around there. You don't have to attend every one of those. You don't have to buy every book. You don't have to give until it hurts. That's one of the things in Christianity. Some of them, they tell you got to be extreme. You got to, the mortgage is due, but if you send your money to the preacher, and all this, it'll still be all right and all this, and they put people in a lot of bad situations like that. Having faith does not mean going and hanging from a cliff by a twig. You understand? You don't have to. Be like that. People that are putting you in those positions are eventually going to turn you against God and against religion. You have to go and have faith. Take that. I saw one guy. He was boasting how he took an elderly woman's. She was in a hospital even. And he was talking to her, and she had like $40 in her purse or something, and she gave him like 20, and he said, be bold and give me that, and he's bragging how he took this woman the last bit of money in this woman's purse. You don't fall for that stuff. Don't. Get away from those kind of people. God did not make like religion hard and a burden on people. He says just give thanks for his blessings and know that he's there. Keep away from the major sins because you're gonna face judgment day. Be an honest person. Be a caring person. Be an honest person. Be a helpful person. Have a good demeanor about you. You can't walk around clenching your teeth all the time and feeling like you're being under all this stress and stuff, and jumping through all these hoops and stuff just to be a part of a religion. There's life to contend with, and work and all these things and stuff. You should always try and make time for prayer, yeah, but as far as going to the extreme and your whole life to where you're neglecting your family and your other responsibilities and stuff because you're trying to jump through all these hoops that's not right, and some of these preachers and stuff will put that on you, and don't fall for that stuff. So it's the meat and potatoes, the basic things, take your time, and learn and ease into it. Don't expect to know everything all at once, and don't expect that you're not going to make mistakes and stuff, and don't think you got to know everything under the sun and buy every single book and go to every lecture and things. Yeah, if something interests you, you go. If it's the right kind of attitude and right atmosphere and stuff, and just the community getting together and listening to a what you call sermon in Christianity. It's like in Fridays in the masjids, it's a khutbah. I believe that's the correct term. Anyway, but but if you go to any religion, if the guy's up there and all he's doing is pounding his fist and yelling and and all that, and I've seen churches where the guy's he's angry as hell and he's up there and he's pounding his fist and he's yelling and it's like, who wants to go sit through that for an hour? What is that all about? Especially in the Baptist, a lot of the evangelicals and Baptists, man, they shout. They're up there screaming and shouting, and it's like, what is this all? And I don't mean like the, yeah, you're so celebrating type. I mean, angry. looking like Hitler up there and stuff. And it's like, what is that all about? That's not religion to me. So stick to the basics, and you'll be good. You'll be fine. You'll learn things as you go along. And then if you go online and you look at some of the lectures from Imran Hussein or some of the Shia scholars and stuff, you'll see arguments in the comments that go on forever. And it'll be like a Shia arguing with Sunni and this and that and everything. Don't fall into that stuff either, because people say things that they're going to regret. And plus, you never know if it could be some just troublemaker, and it's all bait, and it's all it's not even you see a Sunni arguing with somebody he thinks he's a Shia on there, and it's like that could be a Christian or somebody else or an atheist or something, just trying to cause trouble, saying stupid things. So don't fall for that, because there's enough agitation in the world, and bad feelings in places between Shia and Sunni, and or even on some of the ones on the Christian sites, or you'll actually see on some of the comments of them arguing and stuff. And then you'll see, like on the Islamic sites, you'll see where Christians leave these nasty, while they're saying they're Christian, for all that they're an atheist or something, or just somebody trying to cause trouble between the two faiths. Don't fall for that stuff. Try and be at peace with everybody as much as possible, and have your beliefs, and be moderate, and say your prayers, be thankful for your blessings in the world, and ask for forgiveness, and take up fasting, and there's no extreme burdens and stuff put on you by your Maker. He's not expecting you to hang it out there on the edge, or try and walk on water and stuff. That's just it's man, and it says in the Quran how it's mankind that has made religion hard, and perverted things and stuff, and changed things, and so I wanted to make that clear. No matter what religion, but especially if you come to Islam, and even though I talk about these things, and I feel deeply that we all need the Book of Enoch and the Gospel of Barnabas to understand these things in the end times and stuff. But if I'm not saying that's a mandatory thing or anything. I'm saying if these types of things, if you want to know, I think that are going to be relevant. I think they'd be a great tool and a great help to everybody, and I do think everybody should get them. But all you need the Quran, and you need prayer, and you need to practice the faith is the main thing. But is it these other books, are they necessary for you to practice your faith? No. Are they help, and do they explain a lot of things? Yes. And as far as other scholars and stuff, yeah, there's some of their books are very good and stuff, but the the basis of a religion, there's books of law and stuff and everything, and there's the hadiths, and I think people should get those too. But it's not like you have to absorb all this at once and get everything at once, and and if you don't have it, that you're somehow lacking or something. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, especially if things do go south. I mean, everything that's online and all that, and all that digital stuff. I think technology is going to fail. So we're going to need texts and knowledge and instruction on how to practice our religion and have knowledge of history and things like that. Those are all good things. But you don't have to absorb yourself 24/7 and trying to know everything right away. I mean, so let's say there's no burdens put on you by your Maker in Islam is just the the basics. Give thanks and fast and have charity and make your declaration of faith and be a part of the community. And if you're at work, be good worker, employee and stuff, and be a pleasant person to be around. And you don't have to run around hammering everybody with your beliefs. You can have normal conversations. If it's vulgar stuff and all that, you got to excuse yourself and just not be a part of that kind of stuff. But some things you do have to kind of make a stand on, but you don't have to be extreme to where you're hammering everybody with your beliefs all the time. So I don't do that. But if things do come up or whatever, I'm willing to discuss things in the right situation and stuff. But other than that, I'm just a guy out here doing my job, and hey, how you doing, and this and that, and do you need help doing this or that or whatever, and it's not like I that's the one thing. I don't go and offer help to people and stuff like that to try and get them to join my religion and stuff. That's one thing used to irk me in Christianity was somebody, hey, you need help with that, yeah, this and that and everything, and then the whole time that it's like the only reason they're helping you is because they're trying to recruit you to their to believe what they believe and stuff and everything. So I ain't like that, but I do want to have things out there that might help somebody or inspire somebody or something, and do my part. So the way search engines and stuff work on YouTube and all that and everything like that, so I figure they'll only come up in those types of situations, and people can take it from there, free to look at it or not look at it. So anyway, wanted to make that clear there, and say about it, follow the middle path, and take it easy, take a breath, breathe easy. When you don't have, some people get kind of frantic that and that might end up making them fall into the extreme, but anyhow, that'll about do it for that. And I guess the whole thing about Revelations and everything like that, unless something else comes up, because I'm going to reread the Book of Enoch and Gospel of Barnabas and finish reading the book I'm reading by Imran Hussein, and it's called Goggin. I think I got a copy of it here. Hold on. Somewhere. Let me see. It is... Oh no, it's Signs of the Last Day in the Modern Age. He does have books about Gog and Magog. But, so if I find any new information or something, I think that's going to be relevant out there, I'll get that up on a video there too. So anyhow, you all have a good one out there. Be safe. Assalamu alaikum. All praise be to Allah, the Lord of the universe. And may peace and blessings be upon all his prophets, especially the Prophet Muhammad, and upon his family and his followers, and all the families and followers of the prophets, and all those who give thanks and praise to Allah. Be safe and do good. All right. Adios.